back to Legal Operations One-on-One series. Today, my guest is Liam Brown. Hi, Liam. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Liam and I are talking about a very interesting topic that's so dear to my heart, running the legal department as a business.
General counsel actually really have a seat at the table more than ever as the C-suite executive for legal. And having a seat at the table means, talking in business terms as well as in legal terms. And so when you sort of talk to the CEO, or you talk to the head of sales, or the COO, you've got to be able to talk in ways that the rest of the business connects with you. So being able to talk in the language of business, which is numbers. So running a legal department as a business in many respects is bringing all of the proven business practices that happen elsewhere in all the other corporate functions and embedding them in the law department.
So you see a lot of legal departments, Liam. So what do you think differentiates a modern legal department?
First step, which is to think about strategy, determining where they want to go, determining where they are first and then where they want to go. Then there is developing that strategy plan typically includes or develops systems and processes, sort of what I call working smarter by design. So really building the efficient or designing the efficient systems and processes that help the legal team be better able to meet the needs of the business, and actually at the same time improve the satisfaction of the lawyers or of the legal professionals in the department. The differentiated or modern law department has useful technology. So, starting with what do we have, what can we reuse, but actually building a plan to have an integrated technology or digital law department. So there's a whole dimension of leadership of the general counsel, connected to strategy and vision, but there's also the scaffolding of that. And you can't just give people technology, or you can't just give people processes. Right, exactly. You have to actually nurture and coach and listen. I think about the ability to actually speak in dashboards, and to be able to do that in a way that is real time, that is metrics that actually inform decisions, not only within the law department, but even better, that inform decisions about the other members of the C-suite. Actually find valuable. And those metrics change over time. What you measured in 2020, perhaps different from what you measured in 2019. So I'll stop there. I think that feels like the contours of the modern law department.
Absolutely. And Liam, I think you hit on some really valuable points. I think the people piece, everybody focuses sometimes too much on the process and technology, and they forget the people, but that is such a key piece. And the data piece, that really is the new oil, as they say. Mm-hmm. But I think two things that come to my mind, right, is how do people actually feel good about what they do, right, is when you're able to articulate value, and which you can do with data. So I think one of the things that is very important, and something we didn't learn in law schools, was how do you articulate the value of the legal department to the rest of the organization?
The bit that people get stuck on is, or they often start here, but they get stuck quite quickly, is you've actually got to build the plumbing so that you can get the data, so that you can actually report the metrics, so that you can actually display the metrics and or present the metrics and then have an influencing conversation with executives. So building the plumbing is actually, that takes some time. It's really important to get this right, because if you have the wrong KPIs or you have the wrong data, people don't believe it, so they don't act on it, or it's not timely, and so they don't act on it, or it's information that tells them just part of the picture, so they sort of dismiss it because it doesn't give them it doesn't fit their narrative. So and that, by the way, all of that is that's what you have to do before you actually start the whole journey of convincing people to actually start using data, and that it actually is meaningful and that you can make decisions, and we must make decisions about it. But that, by the way, I think is an emerging part of the role of the GC, of the modern GC.
What role does GC play in this whole transformative journey for the legal department, and business in general are going through transformations today?
Overcome people's fear of getting started, and we can talk about the fear of the unfamiliar, or the fear of being seen as incompetent, or the fear of failure, or the fear of losing status or losing your jobs. You've got to overcome fear. You've got to be able to break it down into, I use this term, I learned this from a GC actually, into these steps, stretch, step, and leap, because people have to be able to believe that they can get to this future. So sort of laying out that path is important for people. And then there's that last part, is sometimes it's so human for people to resist change for reasons such as fear, and but sometimes you need to create the burning platform. It is, people resist good change. I think this is a GC. See, this is one of the things that I think is an opportunity for GC to actually step into future CEO roles. If you can bring a law department through a change program, you can bring a company through a change program.
You got it, Liam. This was so interesting, Liam, this whole conversation, and I think I truly enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks everyone for watching.